And hello from the Dreamboard Discord server. I'm ShadowsPub bringing you your post Thursday on this first day of 2026. On the show today, we'll share posts, meet others, and have some fun. You can share your own post or someone else's you really like. Take part, drop the PYPT emoji into the show text channel. I'll add you to the list to take a turn sharing posts. When I call on you, add your post link to the text channel. Come on voice to tell us about it. Keep it brief, like a short commercial for the post. Can't do voice, it's okay. You can share by text, but text and the link must be ready to paste into the text channel when I call on you. You can have more than one turn, but you must use the emoji for each turn. Okay, let's get started. By the way, there are draws running in the draws for show channel, and the new first NFT for 2026 can also be seen in there. And Bobby, you are up. 51 years, and she's let you live all this time. You should really appreciate her. It's when she doesn't re-up that you'll know you're living or not. By the way, Bobby, just so that you're fully aware, when you post on Peak D, you've posted on Hive, the whole chain. Okay, that includes all the front ends. There be Soma. Hi, Suma. No problem. If you go over to Ecency, you'll find it's actually there. If you change peakd.com to ecency.com, you're still going to see that post. Ah, so the beauty of being a member on Hive is anytime you're confronted with that, just select keychain and enter your current name, and you'll bypass it all. Take care. All right. By the way, the only reason I actually mentioned that to Bobby is that he's relatively new on the chain. And Kitty Girl, you're up. Yeah, they actually do a lot of work on this year-end post, so I agree with Kitty Girl. It's worth it for everybody to have a look at it, even if there's some spots you don't understand, because they do try to cover everything that's gone on and do a comprehensive recap. Yep. Yeah, if you're reading to understand, you'd probably take longer than 28 minutes. Ah, that would do it. Yeah, I got trusty old Chat GPT to do that for me. Although it gets really carried away at times. There's times that I'm kind of like, yeah, that's not really a need to change. It tends to be rather academic on the way that it approaches language, which gets interesting. Surge, you're up. So the one thing that you're doing right off the bat that is probably a good thing because it's something that's being talked about a fair amount lately is you're going for a relatively small amount. There's been a lot of discussion about um, these ones that go for long term, large amounts versus people that go for small, short, let's get it done type projects. So that's probably in your favor right there. Hmm. You might want to have a chat with Menno or Buckcoins about what you've got in mind. Hmm. Yep, yep. No, it'd be worth having a chat with them, see what their thoughts on it are. Who knows? They might be able to recommend some people that would be interested in working on it. All right. By the way, Sarge is taking his turn, and guess who won the 3 HBI? Sarge. Seki, you're up. Santa got nabbed. Oh well. All right. Thank you, Seki. And Artemis, you're up. Well, we learned how to think in shades of gray, but if you take a look at a lot of the discourse that goes on line, people respond in binary, black and white. I agree. Yeah, as I've said so often, this was another word that I kind of went atrium. Where are we going with atrium? And then I discovered it. Oh, it's not just Americans, unfortunately, Sarge. We got more than our share of black and white thinkers up here, too. People seem to think that they have to take a stance and defend it against all viewpoints. And Nkem, you're up. Nkem must be getting the link. Hopefully, getting the link. There we go. All right. Let's see here. A gingerbread. Tell us about that. Oh, okay. You're going to do the talk or text. Nkem says, here's a post from Funshi where she reflected on personal growth and achievements throughout the year of 2025. She laid emphasis on the importance of living intentionally and more info. Kindly check out her post to know more. Thank you. Thank you, Nkem. Very nice. Ooh, second highest was Ladies of Hive. The DIY hub was her highest. I do love her gingerbread man. Person. Kitty girl, you're up.
Well, speaking of ladies of Hive, this is why I was a minute or two late coming in today. I was trying to get this post finished and published. Um, Ladies of Hive community has been going strong for a little over 5 years, but it's not the admins, that are doing the work to keep it strong. There's a lot of people to thank, and that's what this post really is about. It's to thank all of the people that have helped to make the community strong, starting with the members and then going to the moderators that do the judging each week, the supporters that delegate to us, the curators that, I mean, there's just so many people to thank. And that's what this post is. It's a gratitude post that is letting people know how much we appreciate them, and I think that's a wonderful thing to do this time of year, is to show gratitude. And I think opening our hearts to gratitude is what's going to keep abundance flowing in the new year. So I wish everyone here at PYPT a very blessed new year full of prosperity and joy and peace and fun.
All right. Thank you, kitty girl. And likewise to you. And we have another draw up. Seki won the 5 HPI. So who's going to get the first NFT of 2026? Artemis, you're up.
Wow, that was quick. Okay,
Well, we're such a large crowd today.
that's fair. So, this is a post from Shani Beer, and I love her writing. As just a few thoughts on how she sees knitting. And I love the way that she put it. You can be fully engaged without declaring a position or making something mean something. It's how part of life is metabolized. I just love her writing. Mind you, I see she's got a notebook here that she keeps track of her writing as well as her knitting. And the knitting I can kind of make out, but I think she missed her calling. She should have been a doctor.
You're going to have to tell her that one.
I will.
Do you realize that there's a whole generation that it wouldn't matter how neat that she wrote, they wouldn't be able to read it.
That's right. They're no longer teaching cursive in schools in Ontario, anyways.
No, they're bringing it back in Ontario.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah, they're bringing it back.
Because we could foil the whole generation, drive standard transmission cars, write in cursive. They'd never know what was going on. Put old analog clocks everywhere.
And don't forget the rotary dial phones.
Oh, that's right. Those are tough.
Take away their phone, give them a rotary dial, they wouldn't know what to do. Yeah,
I used to hate having friends with whose phone numbers had lots of zeros and nines.
it was a young lady used. Well, I'm still friends with her, but she used to spend a fair amount of time around the branch when she was in school. And we were sitting at the table one day, and I wrote something down in cursive, and she looked at me and she went, "What is that?" And when I, I something I wrote. It's unreadable, she says. I says, maybe to you. It's code. She had no idea. And you know my writing is not that sloppy, so it wasn't my writing. Although
No, your writing's actually pretty good.
she might have needed a magnifying glass.
Well, I knew that was eventually going to happen, but I had no clue that it had already happened. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it had. Actually, that would have been God. That's probably 10 years ago, Kitty girl. They've been doing. They've been kind of had stopped teaching the kids cursive writing some time ago,
Oh,
and
I didn't realize it went back that far. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah, it's actually pretty surprising how long it's been since the kids had actually learned it. So it's going to be a bit of a culture shock for the next generation that's coming into the schools because it's now being required in Ontario.
I'm really glad that my oldest grandson learned cursive because his printing is worse than his cursive.
Oh, really?
It's hard to read.
And Sarge, you are up.
Well, speaking of marketing, this isn't really a post or anything. It's a little cartoon. Did it show up? Did I put it up there? I
Nope.
don't know.
No, I don't see anything
Ha-
from you.
ha- Hang on a minute.
Soma is typing something. Leo
Did
Kid
it show
Purpose
up
Soma.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
Was
another little.
was there a post attached to that, Sarge?
No, that's what I was saying. It
Oh, okay.
isn't really a post, but it's something I'm working on. I'm working on a comic book
Mm-hmm.
um, to kind of explain things, and I kind of did this on a funny, and then it gave me an idea because I was at a Leo Finance AMA, and all these new projects are coming up with. I made the inquiry. I said, "Well, is there like a publication that kind of explains this stuff at a non-technical level, like sixth grader?" And I didn't get a response or anything. So I just kind of went to Chat GBT and had it make this thing up for me and um, kind of plugged that into the AMA. And I said, well, why don't I make like a whole comic book? And I said, well, maybe I can make one like for Hive, like explain different technical things, um, to kind of go with my proposal and stuff. And maybe just somehow put it out there somewhere.
Well, that'll keep you out of mischief or into it. Depends which way you go at it.
Well, I just thought it was kind of cute, you know, and kind of breaks things down real easy, just like in a little comic strip.
Yeah, I agree, Seki. It's a good idea. I was teasing Sarge, and he knew that.
Yeah, it's a wonderful idea because if you make learning fun, make people think they're reading a comic, but they're really learning something, that's a good switch.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you, it's not an original idea. When I was in the military, for those of you who don't know me well, and you might guess by my username, I was a military man. They would have these manuals called PMs. They were put out by the Army, but the Marine Corps, we were poor, so we would use them too. We didn't have our own, but they were called PMs, and it meant preventative maintenance. And they were like comic books. And it had this comic book style to it on how you would do maintenance on different equipment and everything else in a comic book format instead of like a technical manual. And that's where I got the idea from. And it's all at a sixth grade level. Not saying that people in the military are stupid, but, you know, I guess the Army thought they were. And that's why they did the comic books thing.
Actually, Seki, have you ever used Notebook LM? Ah, okay. So if that post, it's a AI, but it's a little bit different than ChatGPT and Gemini and that. But if you put that post into a PDF and put uploaded it as a source to Notebook LM, you could then actually have it generate a infographic that describes the post. It's actually kind of cool. It's um, it's one that I've been using recently for project, and I've been learning a lot more about it. And I think Artemis uses it for some projects as well. Speaking of which, Artemis, you're up.
It's me again. Well, I have a post by Abinad, and it's kind of personal, very personal to her. Someone assaulted her little sister, and it was a horrible, horrible thing that happened. She doesn't even need to go into details. We can all understand
Yep.
it. But one thing that she was thinking about was, people say that criminals in jail shouldn't be allowed to have Christmas. And she got thinking about it, and this is a lot about Abinad. She says she really thought about it and thought about the people in there that were innocent, that had been railroaded and ended up in jail, and others that felt remorseful for their crimes. And she said, so why judge? That says a lot because I can imagine how angry she must be. So I thought maybe Abinad could use a little love.
Yes, maybe Abinag could use a little love. No, Seki, it just popped up while Artemis was doing a presentation. I don't interrupt for the sake of announcing a winner, even if it's you. So yes, I agree with you, Artemis. That probably is a good idea to give a little bit of support there. And yes, Seki.
No, sorry, I didn't mean that. I was meant to say that I thought you missed like my turn. I thought there was a
Oh,
mix up. It seems
did
it
you
was each of us.
did you have one drop that
Yeah,
I missed? Oh, okay, fair
yeah.
enough. Um, I see. I won. I see Artemis's. I see Kitty Girls. No, I did not miss an emoji that you dropped. You might want to drop an emoji.
There was one right before my post dropped, um, between Sergeant Dan and where my post
Uh,
dropped.
Between
Okay,
Sarge
okay.
and nothing.
Now I see it.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
No issues, no issues.
Oh, someone reacted to it, and I probably just didn't pay much attention. Okay, you will be next. How's that? Seki, you're up. And congratulations, by
Oh,
the way.
I'm next now. Thanks. Um, Hi, dance sister. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, like I said, let me drop the post. There are a lot of look back posts on Hive, which I guess everybody's looking back at 2025. 2025 was a year, I believe, on everybody's end. A whole lot of things happened. So, this is by Keris Ravenhill. Yeah, she is just a look back on her year and the plans for the next year. She's not really feeling too good. But all in all, I guess we just look for the better or look towards the brighter moments. Yeah, she does have a nice pictures of Christmas houses though, which is good. It's a refreshing feel. So you can just give it a read, give her some love. Yeah, that's it, I guess.
So, I didn't realize until just this moment that Karis Ravenhill is Canadian. Those pictures are in British Columbia.
Ah, like your neighborhood, or
Pardon me?
is it like somewhere you're familiar with? Because it's quite
No,
odd to just see a picture and know,
when
okay,
she,
yeah, this is from here.
the caption that she's got on the picture is what gave it away to me. Coquitlam is in
Ah,
British Columbia. That's I kind of went Coquitlam because that's not a name you see everywhere in the world.
I didn't even notice the name.
Yeah, I recognize the name. So yes, she's in Canada. She's out on the west coast. There's beautiful pictures there too. All right, thank you, Seki. And Kitty Girl, you're up.
Well, since our friend Bluefin Studios hasn't been able to be in here lately, I thought I'd share one of his posts. Now, the post I'm sharing is old, so don't upvote it. But if you like reading fiction, he's working on a fiction story and it is adult themed, so it is NSFW, and you can take that as a caution or a let's go do it, depending on your views of NF and getting tongue twisted here. But he's put out 5 chapters already in this story, and this is the beginning of the story. And if you like it, you can then go on and read chapter 2, chapter 3, 4, and 5. And he's a good writer, so it'll be fun.
He is a good writer, and now that I know that he's putting a series up, he had mentioned to me last conversation or conversation before that he was kind of getting back into the groove on Hive, but I thought he was talking about the odd post on gardening. But now that I know he's doing this, I will start nudging him about where are he may be at work, nudging him about PYPT. He's working part time, so he may have that going on. We'll see. I'll nudge him.
Well, do let him know that we miss him here. And if
Yep.
he can't come back in for a while, we understand. But yeah,
Oh,
we do miss him.
I'm not giving him that out. If I'm gonna nudge him, I gotta nudge him hard.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, one thing I've learned about Blue is if you nudge him and you give him an out, he'll take it. Artemis, you're up.
Okay. So there is this guy that I met through the CWH, or Creative Work Hour, and his name's Greg's Cloud. And he does a podcast. And this episode is about dealing with last minute plan changes, which for somebody, and I know someone like this, some people have a really hard time with this. Actually, check out all of his posts and podcasts. He covers some really good topics.
Interesting. All right. Thank you, Artemis. And
That's a really good lead graphic in that post too.
Yeah,
yeah,
his posts are really good. His infographics are excellent, well laid out.
looks like he's been playing with Nano Banana. Well, it might be Chat GPT.
Or even Notebook LM.
Oh, that could be. The AIs are getting better at doing the infographics. They can actually understand them these days. All right, Kitty Girl, you're up.
Well, keeping in the theme of my last share, stories on Hive, for those who enjoy reading fiction, there's another author on Hive who has got a story that is really quite interesting. I read the first chapter here, and it's kind of a it makes me think of the gritty noir writing of the 40s or whatnot. You know, the old Sam Spade detective novels, whatever. It's kind of written in that genre, that style. And I think it's got some potential. And this guy is new to Hive. So it would be nice to welcome him to Hive. And if you like the story, like his writing, give him an upvote and a little encouragement in a comment, and he will probably post additional chapters of this story that he's written, which will be available, I think, for you can get the whole thing later, but hey, why not proofread it now? Preview it here on Hive. So
That name Socratic Mind is familiar. By the looks of that image, it looks as though he intends that to be in the 40s era.
yeah, I think so too. But when I started reading the story, I really didn't pay that much attention to the image. I just started reading, and I thought, ooh, this was like an old detective novel from the 40s. Definitely noir writing, and it's interesting the way he words things. Pay very close attention to the way he presents things. It's quite unique.
Nice. Um, Speaking of good fiction writing, um, anybody heard from Snuff?
She's been dealing with some things. I
Uh,
left a note in the alliance, and she's having a lot of back pain. Her comfy chair gave out on her. She's got another one ordered. It's supposed to be here by now. I'm not sure if it has been, but she's been dealing with a lot of pain lately.
that's never fun. All right. Anybody
Plus,
got it?
she's probably snowed in where she lives too, I would
Well,
imagine.
that'll keep her out of mischief. Artemis, you're up.
Okay. We haven't, well, we had Bobby's food, but this is food that I'm looking at it going, this is vegan food I think would absolutely be delicious. It's spaghetti sauce with meatballs, vegan style, and it looks yummy. I could get behind this one.
Hmm. I'd probably throw the meatballs in.
Well, I do have times when I have to eat vegetarian. Well, the grandsons now, they eat eggs and fish, but
Mm-hmm.
recipes like this are good. And besides, meat is getting pretty expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried these well, I don't know if they're the same. These are soy nuggets that she used. I used something called TVP or textured vegetable protein, and it actually is a nice meat replacement.
Yeah, you've used that for quite a while, haven't you?
Well, Megan couldn't always handle meat either.
Yeah.
But this recipe looks delicious. I'm gonna have to try it.
Mushrooms are a good protein replacement. It's good.
Actually, yes, they are.
She sure took a lot of pictures.
Well, now I'm hungry thanks to her photography.
He says, I don't often use these, but I am well aware they don't have anywhere near the texture of meat. After soaking them in boiling water for around 10 minutes, I let them cool and squeeze out the water as best I could. Doesn't sound like TPV.
But if you couldn't get these soy nuggets, you could throw them in instead
I'm betting that
and
the
just
TV it would be better than the soy nuggets.
that's my guess too. And I think with this the TVP, you have to hydrate it, and I usually hydrate it with a really good vegetable or a mushroom broth,
Mm-hmm.
and that would probably just do the trick here.
Yeah, probably. So there you go. I guess so you know what you're making for dinner, eh?
Well, no, not today. I'm going meat.
You're waiting until Apollo's there again, are you?
Well, actually, he will be here later on, but I have a crock pot with a turkey carcass in it that's just calling out my name, saying, "Get me out of the fridge and turn me into soup."
There you go. Super stew or both. Make it
Smells
into
good. That's all I know.
make it into stoop. You've heard that term before, haven't you?
Yes, I have, but not for a while.
Kitty girl, you're up.
Well, this is a post from High Buzz reminding us that it's power up time. Of course, you can power up to your account any time of the month, but the first of the month is called Power Up Day because so many people forget to do it. So, um, this is the first day of the month as well as the first day of the year. And they're hoping that so many people will power up that we can actually break our record. And powering up goes on the blockchain. It's registered in UTC. So you've got about 6 more hours. If you've got, a couple of hive, you can power up, go for it, and see if we can break our record.
There you go. Actually, Artemis and Alessandra were talking about this at the beginning. We've started and stopped it in this. Well, we haven't yet stopped it. Anybody else got anything they want to share? All right. You've been listening to Shadows Pub host Pimp Your Post Thursday. Join us next Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And until then, keep on creating. And it's all about community. And bye, Wilma.
Bye, Wilma.